They called you too quiet, too distant, too cold. Good, because what they don't realize is this: you're not cold, you're calm, you're not distant, you're disciplined. And your silence, that's your greatest power. In a world where everyone overshares, overreacts, and overcompensates, you stand out by standing still. This is the Stoic way. This is how you become emotionally untouchable, not by shutting down, but by rising above. Let them talk, let them doubt you, let them think you feel nothing. You feel everything, you just don't bleed for people who haven't earned your truth. Speak less, say more. The most powerful people in history weren't loud, they were precise. When Marcus Aurelius spoke, he didn't raise his voice, he raised his standard. When Epictetus taught, he didn't shout, he asked questions that made empires tremble. The Stoics didn't waste words, they wielded them. You don't need to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Let your actions echo louder than your need to be heard. Because silence doesn't mean nothing to say, it means you're not performing for approval. Stop explaining, start observing. The weak are desperate to be understood. They argue, justify, over-explain. Why? Because their worth is still tied to someone else's validation. But the Stoic doesn't beg to be seen. He observes. He studies the room. He listens before he speaks. He watches before he moves. And in doing so he learns everything, while revealing nothing. Every time you over-explain, you shrink. Every time you overreact, you leak power. The solution? Let your stillness speak for you. It's not cold, it's calculated. Train your face to be unreadable. In a world addicted to facial feedback, the person who can hold eye contact, without flinching, wins. Practice it. Hold still when you're disrespected. Remain neutral when you're praised. Don't let your emotions be readable like subtitles on a screen. Let them wonder. Let them project. Because the person who doesn't need to be liked terrifies those who manipulate through emotion. You don't need to smile to be kind. You don't need to frown to be hurt. You don't need to show anything to anyone. Control your face. Control the room. Delay your reactions. The Stoic superpower? The pause. When you're insulted, pause. When you're praised, pause. When you're challenged, pause. Because reaction is slavery. And stillness? Stillness is strategy. You don't owe the world your immediate response. You owe yourself the space to choose. The moment you start reacting less, you start ruling more. They'll wonder what you're thinking. They'll project their insecurities onto your silence. Good. Let them. Because that pause, that's where kings are born. Master the art of presence without performance. Most people enter a room and seek attention. The Stoic enters and changes the temperature. You don't need to dominate, you just need to be grounded. Keep your body calm. Keep your words minimal. Keep your energy clear. And suddenly, you become magnetic. People lean in when you speak, because you don't need their attention. You've already won their respect. Presence is not volume, it's depth. You don't need to be loud to be felt. Don't share everything, let mystery work for you. In a culture obsessed with being real, silence is subversive. Don't tell them your next move. Don't explain your past. Don't give them the blueprint to your soul. The less they know, the more they wonder. And the more they wonder, the more power you hold. Mystery isn't manipulation, it's protection. Not everyone deserves your full story, especially not the ones who haven't earned your trust. Let them guess, let them doubt, let them gossip. And while they do that, you grow. Choose peace over pettiness. Cold doesn't mean cruel, and silent doesn't mean passive. It means you refuse to feed chaos with your energy. Let them talk, let them insult, let them provoke. But you don't flinch. Why? Because arguing with fools only makes you look like one. Your peace is sacred, your silence is expensive. Don't spend it on nonsense. Walk away, not out of weakness, but because your soul is too powerful for their playground. Practice selective vulnerability. Stoicism is not emotional suppression, it's emotional precision. Feel what you feel, but don't give everyone front row seats to your storms. Be open with those who've earned it. Be kind but private. Be warm but wise. You're not hiding, you're protecting. Because true strength isn't loud, it's secure. Not everyone can handle the weight of your truth. And that's okay. Speak when it heals. Stay silent when it shields. Don't chase, let them wonder why you walked away. When people pull away, most beg. When people disrespect, most cling. You disappear, not as a game, but as a standard. You don't chase what drains you. You don't explain why you left. You don't need closure from chaos. Your exit is the message. They'll remember the silence. They'll replay the moment you stopped replying. They'll wish they had appreciated the presence they now miss. And you'll keep walking, unbothered. Build an inner world. No one can touch. This is the final step. The real power. Build a life so rich, so disciplined, so full, that the outside world becomes background noise. Wake up with purpose. Train your body. Feed your mind. Sit in silence. Study. Reflect. Refine. Because when your inner world is louder than the chaos outside, you become untouchable. The Stoics weren't cold. They were carved. By pain, by silence, by solitude. And so are you. Media, the shift. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're distant. They'll say you've become cold. Smile. Because what they're really saying is this: you don't need us to feel whole anymore. Your silence makes noise. Your absence creates impact. Your self-control makes people question their chaos. You are not cold. You are composed. You are not heartless. You are healed. And in a world that wants to break your focus, you've become the one thing they can't manipulate. Untouchable. Oxstock. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're distant. They'll say you've become cold. Smile, because what they're really saying is this: you don't need us to feel whole anymore. Your silence makes noise. Your absence creates impact. Your self-control makes people question their chaos. You are not cold. You are composed. You are not heartless. You are healed. And in a world that wants to break your focus, you've become the one thing they can't manipulate. Untouchable.